Hello, welcome. What you're about to see is not for the faint-hearted. What you're about to see is what I like to call the scary doors. Good luck. Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts, and I watched the 35th episode of Twilight Zone, aka Season 2, Episode 11, because this is the last episode of the second season. We're finally going to the third season, which is 25 minutes per episode. Yes. That looked maybe very weird. That said, let's just start with the episode, shall we? We see a man walk, we see a guy walk, and he just closed the gate behind him, or the fence. We see two goats walk, he walks a bit further, we see a cow, and then we see some chickens, so he's somewhere on the farm. And he keeps walking, and then he's walking with a bucket, and then he throws the bucket empty, and I don't know how you call it. I don't even know what it's called in Dutch, So, that thing where you put the water. Usually in those westerns, you have those water thingies, for your horses to drink out of, like that probably, something like that, So of course water in there, and then he looks at some guy that is holding a stick, and it's while looking at a girl or a young lady who is brushing a horse. That guy's maybe going off for a smoke, and our guy he's throwing around some chicken feet, not the food of a chicken, but he's feeding the chickens, So he's throwing around food for chickens, while slowly walking up to her, and he's standing maybe 2 feet away from her. No, sorry, not 2 feet. Maybe 7 feet, something like that. 2 meters, around that. Or maybe a meter, 3.5 feet, something like that. Away from her, and then he walks next to her and starts to pet the horse. If you want to know what's going to happen next, watch this episode yourself. The first story of this last episode of the second season wasn't really it, The second story, that one was more fun, the first story was meh. The second story was good. The second story was definitely good. But what they did was definitely still cheating, But the guy, there was, I don't know if they were married, but there was a couple who were together for a long time. And I think they were married, maybe. And there was a younger version, legit the younger version of his partner. Was manifested, and he was going with her, but she, his partner, she was going with the younger version of him who was manifested. So they were actually going with the young version of them, and they actually kind of got
sick of the younger versions of them, and I felt for, more like, for, you know what, we're good for each other, how we are right now, we're good for each other back then, for each other, but now we're, the older versions, we're good. We're good. We don't need you guys. So that was actually nice to see that they kind of resolved the problem in the marriage. Shit, I kind of spoiled it, but I like that one. I like that one. I have to be honest. For a second, I thought, for me, you know what? I'm going to get some food now, and then I still have to watch, second half, but I don't really want it. But what if it is a good story? And it was a good story, so I'm glad that I watched it. I'm not so glad that I watched the first story, but I'm glad that I watched the second story. That's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. This episode is still rather okay. The first story was meh. The second story was good, but it doesn't bring it really much up there, because I first had to suffer through the first half. So I catch a 3 out of 5. But leave likes, recommend a good show down below in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, come join Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the 3rd season. Also, I should announce this on my third channel, but I'm probably going to do music, on my third channel, Underdog Reacts. Not every day, but we're skipping a day every time, music day off, it's more fun to do that, otherwise it feels more obligated. I also still want to start with doing r/reactions on the channel, and I mean doing it by the creator r/, not going to Reddit itself. No, listening to the r/ and giving my opinion a bit of I agree with that, and stuff like that. So if you want to see some Reddit stories, subscribe to the third channel, link down below in the description, and see you guys next time. Bye.